like why now? It was just the evolution of time as it went on. And here we are, 40 plus years later.
You know, Jim Steinman had originally written a sort of a futuristic vision of Peter Pan. And when it became complicated to have the ability to mount a theatrical production, it's not easy to put together a show. Mead said, hey, these songs are great, why don't you let me sing them? We can make them famous and then you could do a show. But it's taken a little bit more than a couple of weeks. But we're excited to be happening now. I mean, to be frank, you know, the why is Jim would have liked it to happen 40 years ago. He's watching these rehearsals every day on Skype. So we see him on Skype and he sees us, and it's quite an interesting way to approach things. It'll be a treat for you guys to see him because he's the only genius I've ever met.
Interestingly, like most of the pieces in the musical require huge ensembles, right? Like there's like these massive walls of really gorgeous backing vocals, and so translating that out of like what would be a recording studio and onto the stage requires us to also figure out who all these people who are singing are actually. Who are these people? What are they singing? What are they looking at? And how do they move?
That's a tough call. Probably Bat Out of Hell, actually. I think that one, because of how long the song is, and I find it really dynamic, and I find it kind of goes like this, and I find that really interesting. A second would maybe be It Just Won't Quit, because that's a challenge. We're having a duet where the dancers are apart, but we're filming them to look like they're dancing together as shadows. So I'm trying to make two dances in one, which has been a challenge, but I'm enjoying the structure and kind of expanding from there, because the dancing has to push the plot forward.
I think it's different in that it really is a book-driven musical with themes. We didn't have to invent a story.
The songs also end up kind of functioning like scenes, you know. So in many ways, the lyrics, they take you on this like massive journey that has a beginning and a middle and a couple of like huge conflicts, and then a resolution, just like a great book scene would have. So the actual songs, sometimes it feels like we're staging an opera sometimes, because the lyrics actually, they continue the story forward.
The quippiest answer is, it's not. It was never, jukebox musicals are where you look for hits and you try to make a story work. This is a story, the hits happen to come first.
These are some timeless themes, right? Yeah, they do not seem to go away. I mean, Shakespeare had a great success with them too.
It's a great joy to work on this show. I mean, these songs are iconic songs, and my concept is to present them in the way that the Bat Out of Hell fans, you know, for 40 years would want to hear them, but at the same time bring a certain theatricality to them as well, and make them work, you know, for the stage. Jim and I have worked together for about 20 years on a couple of shows now, so I love working with his music, and his music is wonderful to develop and extend. You know, and he loves opera, he loves Wagner, and they're kind of Wagnerian in their epic, the way they're written, these songs, and their themes are so strong.
Our first show in England was in Manchester. Then we played London, so it felt good. And England has always embraced this music, perhaps more so than any place else. It was on the charts for what felt like decades. So it made sense to come to England, and again, a chance to open in Manchester and to go at the Coliseum. Steinman considers himself little Richard Wagner, you know, so a chance to do the Collie was great, and it just karmically came together.